Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, man. If you like what you see, why don't you think about subscribing? And make sure to check out my channel for videos just like this. What's going on, folks? It's me, MrBucketlist here, and today I present my review of Swimming with Pigs on Margaritaville at Sea Paradise. Let's check it out. Now, before I start the video, of course, I just want to say welcome to anyone that's new to the channel, or also welcome back to anyone that's returning. I'm always glad to have you all here. As far as a quick breakdown for this video, it is going to include a couple of different things. So one is almost going to be like a tour. So basically how I got from point A to point B to point C. It's going to show that process, and during that process, I'm going to kind of explain how things are going. And then of course I'm going to give some tips, tricks, things like that. And then once it comes to the closing, I'm going to give my final review. So almost just kind of the entire process and my review about it and my thoughts after it's actually done. So I hope this video is really helpful. If you like the video, please give it a share, give it a like, leave a comment, and I'll see you soon. Alright, so once you get off the ship, the way you actually get there to the Swimming with Pigs, like the little beach that they have, you have to ride this tour bus. So for my cruise, they actually had two different tour buses, and they both went to the same place, so it doesn't really matter which one you get on. But that tour bus does take about a 25 to 30 minute drive over to the actual area where the pigs are at. So it is like almost like a nice little tour that includes like a scenic tour as well. Now I had to put that in air quotes because the areas that you go through are not necessarily for tourists. It's more neighborhoods and stuff like that. And at least the area that we went to was really damaged by hurricanes and things like that. So you kind of get to see exactly what people are living like over there. It's kind of sad, but at the same time it is kind of refreshing to kind of get a different side of the Bahamas versus like I always see in Nassau and Atlantis and all that stuff. Like, no, you actually get to see the real deal Bahamas. Now, speaking of the bus ride, a quick tip is you want to get off of the bus as soon as possible. So, I mean, if you need to like sit in the front of the bus or maybe, I don't know, just whatever you can do to get off the bus as soon as possible. And the reason why I say that is depending on which order you get off the bus, that's what color wristband you're going to get. They're going to basically have you in different groups. Now, as far as that's going to come into play later, but trust me, you want to get at least the first or second group because if you're in one of the later groups, it's not going to be that fun of an experience, I promise. Now, once you actually get to the site and once you get your wristband as far as that allows you to swim with the pigs, so you get two wristbands, one to get on the bus and one to swim with the pigs. Everyone's going to get the same two wristbands, it's just different colors on, like I said, which order you get off the bus. Once you get there, there is like a little shop area so you can buy like little like souvenirs and things like that. And then right around the corner is the bar/restaurant. So it does take cash, it does take cards, it does take US dollar at the moment. And it's like I said, it's cool. It's pretty cool. I went there and got a drink. Unfortunately, I tried to get some food later on. They had ran out of it. So again, if you're going there to eat, you definitely want to go ahead and get that as soon as you can because they will run out. As far as the drink, they kept it coming. Everything is something you have to pay for yourself. So none of this is included. But either way, it was sufficient if you want to get some food while you're out there. And then the beach area, it was very small. I'm not gonna lie, it's pretty small. And it's not the best looking beach out there again. So I mean, this is more about being with those pigs. But the beach itself, it wasn't my favorite, but it was okay. Now it's time to get ready to swim the pigs. And so like I was saying earlier, basically the quicker you get off the bus, the better wristband you're gonna get, and they're gonna put you in groups, either 1, 2, 3, possibly 4 and 5, depending on how many people are on the cruise ship. The earlier groups are better, and the reason why I say that is, and I'll show you in a little bit, is when you go in the early groups, the pigs are just, they're happy, they're excited, they're hungry, they're ready to go. They actually are like excited to meet you. But when you go in the later groups, like maybe group 3, 4, or 5, they are like struggling to get out there because they've done this so many times where they're really not that excited, they're not really hungry, and it's really noticeable. So if you want calm pigs, then potentially get a later group, but if you want the active, excited pigs, you want to go as early as possible. So get off the bus as quick as you can and get the whatever wristband to get for the first and second groups. Now, once your group is called, you will line up and kind of have this guy. He was really cool. He sounded really serious, but he was a jokester.
Seeing that we're going in the water, I don't want to hear anybody complaining about the water's cold, this, that, or the other. Because we're not leaving the area until we...
He'll have you line up. He pretty much gives you all the like directions and stuff and the rules as far as what you need to do with the pigs. Tells you the do and do nots and things like that. Really informational. He gets everybody at the same time. He makes sure that everyone's paying attention and listens as well, so it's not bad. So after you wrap up the instruction with the sergeant, the next thing he does is he points everyone to go out into the sandbar. So you pretty much go out into the ocean. There's a nice little sandbar, and he kind of gives you all some like sticks. So you get sticks, and he has like little apple slices. Now, even though those little wooden sticks, those things are pretty sharp, so don't point your finger on there because it will hurt. But you pretty much take the apple slices, just stab it on the stick, and then after that, the sergeant rings a little bell, and you just kind of sit there in anticipation, and then finally that's when the pigs start coming out.
Here they come.
The cool part is you can kind of get as many apples as you want. So what I recommend, this is one of my tips, is just get a bunch of apples. Don't put it in your pocket because they'll try to bite your pocket. But just get a bunch of apples, and then if you can, find a little pig that's like on to the side by himself outside of the crowd. And just keep feeding him apples, and then maybe get one of the guys to bring the apple tray over so you can stay in your own little area without a bunch of people being around. Eventually that's what I did. It was a really good time. Another tip as well is you want to make sure that you have a lot of the stick basically pointing out, and keep your fingers like closed in like it's a fist, because if you don't, they will bite your fingers. I didn't get bit, but apparently a little kid got bit when we were there, so be careful. So after you're done feeding the pigs, you all pretty much walk back as a big group. The pigs are there with you as well. It's pretty cool. And they're trained just basically walk in and walk out. So it's just really cool to see them kind of walk in a straight line back to the barn area. But you walk back there, and this is actually the second part of the pig interaction that I didn't know about until I actually got on the island. But the second part is basically interact and take pictures with the baby pigs, so the little piglets.
Not really. Okay. Now, hold the pig.
Okay.
Come on. Who's taking a picture?
Can somebody record?
Somebody recorded it.
Now, for whatever reason, I don't know why, but the guy actually gave me the pig first. And I'm like, man, I'm trying to record this. And so I had to ask some random kid to record me. But again, this is one of those times where you want to get a pig and then kind of just walk off to the side so you can get your own pictures and you'll be set. Now, another good thing about this excursion is they make sure that every single person gets the time to feed pigs, to get pictures. They make sure everyone's taken care of before they bring the pigs back in. So a lot of people sometimes they go to excursions like this and then end up getting looked over or not enough free time and stuff like that. No, just let the guys know, like, hey, I haven't had any free time to myself with the pigs. I want to take a pig up to the side. They'll hook you up and do it for you. So they're really good on customer service here. And that is pretty much the end of the excursion. So as you all can see, this is one of the last groups going, and the pigs were so tired and they were walking so slow. I'm like, man, this is terrible. So again, unless you want that type of activity where the pigs really aren't doing much, then I would recommend you go in the later groups. But if you want active pigs and getting good shots and stuff like that, try to get at least group 1 or group 2. Alrighty, so as far as my rating, I would say this is definitely a must do. Now, swimming with pigs, obviously we didn't actually swim. I wouldn't want to get in that water because they were taking a dump a lot of times. But outside of that, it was still a really good experience. It was fun. It felt like a once-in-a-lifetime thing. Yes, these are pigs, but they were almost domesticated in a way where they were like almost like dogs. It was just a really good time. So if you love animals, if you love water, if you love doing new stuff, I can highly recommend it. All ages were there. There was little kids, there were grown adults, there were grandmas. I mean, everyone of all ages was there, so I think you all have a really good time. I was a solo. Solos were there as well. Families were there. Either way, it's a really good time, so I strongly recommend it on this cruise line. Now, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have not seen my other videos on Margaritaville at Sea, please check them out in the title cards at the end. I've done a full honest documentary. I've done a full ship tour. I've done a review of the License to Chill package. I've done a full dining tour, room tour. Everything you need I've already done. So check out that playlist, and I'll see you soon. It's Mr. Bucket List signing out. Thanks for watching the video. If you like what you saw, please check out my channel for more videos just like this. Make sure to hit that subscribe button. Until then, I'll see you next time. Peace.